Welcome, darlings, to the post show. Today we are going to go over episodes 51, 52, and 53. So if you will open your textbooks to...
Why do you sound like somebody from Harry Potter that shouldn't be in Harry Potter?
Snape. Oh, let me restart.
Snape Severus.
Welcome.
Teacher, the dog ate my book.
Okay.
I was thinking
My monster book ate my other books.
Next thing you're going to tell me a dragon came in here. Okay. Guys, okay.
One of the
That's
kids'
Hagrid.
hairs fringed, like singed with fire.
Look, darlings. I am Elsie, your host. Yes? Why are you looking at me like that?
I was gonna say something, but I didn't because you were talking.
Everybody pause.
I was gonna say.
Would you like to go first? To my hand I have.
Evan?
To my pinky.
Becky.
To my thumb.
Zeb.
To my left thumb.
Abby.
And to my ear.
Dave.
And that is everybody here today. So,
That's who's here all the time.
no, I'm not. Not really.
Makes so much more sense now.
You guys baffle me sometimes, thinking I'm actually here.
Evan, you were going to say something.
Oh,
though.
yeah, how can I help you?
Oh, it was just related to the dragon comment. I was gonna say that wasn't a dragon; it was a blast-ended screw.
Yes.
Nerd!
I'm
Okay.
going home.
I have a, no, stay. I have a question for you, Roscoe.
Uh-oh.
Let me read it so that I know what it is.
Let me look at my script.
She has one to say.
For question number 1, please answer correctly.
The answer is
Why?
B.
Why was Roscoe more mad at everyone? Why was Roscoe more mad at everyone behind him and not the creature in front of him? Please answer correctly. A, B, or C.
22.
Can you
I will not reiterate the question.
use that question in a sentence? I'm trying to remember. What was that? The first.
So when the creature was
Oh, why was I more mad at everyone behind me? Because I got freaking shot in the back and almost died.
Why were you mad at me, bro?
This was a group effort. It was all unintentional, but you all inflicted the pain.
I did not.
He was frustrated at the situation.
It's a situational frustration. And then the creature who
And then
ran
you
away
just
was
run
like,
off
you know,
after
out
the
of all of this,
creature.
you're the only one that hasn't hurt me today. And I'm still trying to kill you.
so that what was
Would you
Wow.
like to use that in
Will
a
you
How
use
many
that in a
minutes?
sentence, please?
Are you speaking Dragon Barn?
is that how they speak?
Just all. That is a very Boudreaux thing to do, so I'm going to say yes. it's
Okay, guys,
canon.
I'm trying here. Okay, so you were mad at the situation, like for reals, or like what was going on inside that head of yours?
About as much as what goes inside of yours.
I mean, I think honest, but like as I mean, Evan wasn't frustrated. Evan was frustrated because he was dying, but Roscoe, I think, was just more frustrated about the fact that he's like, you know, trying to do his job and people don't know how to aim.
Okay, I'm following you now.
That's what it was. Like I wasn't frustrated that like, you know, anybody for any particular reason. I was just frustrated. I'm like, this is what I get for being one of the front guys, is I get shot in the back by my own guys. What's this about?
All right, now Becky's officially mad at Roscoe, not at Evan, but at Roscoe for the whole comment. I was just trying to help.
I know.
I didn't do any shooting. I pulled them out.
Which also hurt.
You're
4
welcome.
times.
You're welcome.
The second time you did ask for it.
I did ask for it the second
You're
time.
just a glutton for pain. It's fine.
Oh, beautiful.
In my defense, I was there when you said everybody in the back. I only healed you.
You're
So-
right. You're right.
I guess we're just all
Like
splitting
I said,
hairs
there was
here.
no direct anger towards anybody in particular.
Well, I flat out lit you on fire.
And admitted it.
But see, he owned up to his mistake, so I can't be mad at Fenny for that.
Mistake on my part.
You guys are just too sensitive.
And really, that wasn't even Fenny's mistake. He
No, it
didn't
was
pull the
Fenny.
trigger. He didn't roll the percentage die.
Yeah, that
If
was
anything, it's Dave's fault. Okay?
I'm in front of him. I'm not behind him. You can't-
You're behind everything.
He's everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways,
So
next
then,
question.
why did you decide to continue after the creature?
Well-
Did you go ahead?
Because I didn't know how far the cave was, and I didn't know what else was down there, and I didn't want to fall asleep with a were creature in the cave that could come and eat my face.
And then we just invited it to dinner. It's okay.
Yeah.
I did. You're
Oh,
welcome.
that's safe. You answered incorrectly. Okay.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Can I get the correct answer, please?
It was 42.
Love. C. It was letter C. Okay. So,
I have no idea what's going on.
This post show's gonna
Oh.
be wild.
how did Roscoe, Fenrir, and Henley, my goodness, feel about the spiders? Specifically, who was there first? So Fenrir
And Roscoe.
and Roscoe.
yeah, I mean,
What was your initial thoughts? Like, those are gigantic spiders. I don't know.
Boudreaux-sized spiders.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean they were definitely like for Fenrir he wasn't necessarily scared. I guess he had read about them before and he guess wasn't expecting to see them there. But he wasn't like taken aback. I mean, we're in a big dark cave that there's got to be some other creatures in here other than this big bear creature.
Makes sense. What about you, Roscoe?
I mean,
Evan?
They're bigger than you are.
everything's bigger than
Yeah,
me.
because, like, you didn't pay much mind to them. You were just like, yeah.
Well, so I was like,
That's what happens when grass is taller than you are.
words and things. I don't know. I think at that point in time, Roscoe was less concerned about the spider and more like,
The morality of the situation.
yeah, the whole
Yeah.
situation in general. It's like, okay, great spiders. Oh, look, there's a dragonborn creature down there, which I couldn't at that point tell, if it was a child or what was happening or this or that. I was just going off of what I knew. So Roscoe was overwhelmed, I guess, and he was trying to decide. He could see the spiders were closing in, and so in the heat of the moment, he was trying to decide what to do. And so it wasn't the fact that there were spiders there. It's like, yeah, spiders. I've defeated, giant bugs. It's, no
If they asked me to
different.
tap dance, I would just teeter-tot away. Okay, moving on.
So it was like, I mean, the spiders themselves were inconsequential to the situation at hand.
I see. Yeah. That makes sense.
I will also say on that, like, from Fenrir's standpoint of seeing them there, it was like he's not going to risk, like, the lives of the party members to go down and save him. Like, it's a were creature who's, at that point in the story, didn't realize that he had that freedom to change. Thought he was just a vicious creature. But, like,
Yeah.
it was like, yeah, we're going to kill him. He's going to die either way, so...
Yeah. And
We'll get out of here so the spiders don't necessarily attack us.
yeah. I was with you on that personally. I was like, yeah, just bye. But yeah. Henry?
Yeah. I think Henley would have preferred to just like leave them be because they're not harming anybody. Like, and there was a 60-foot or however steep that ledge was. It would have been extremely difficult for them, I think, to climb that. I don't know, statistical wise, but like,
Spiders that climb on walls,
The exact
come
thing
out.
is like they're the size of Boudreaux. What are you talking about?
How high is that? 60 feet? Meow. Hard.
That moment they're jumping
all I'm
spiders
saying
and they're just
is, as a ranger, Henley was thinking, oh, they're in their natural habitat. We shouldn't disturb them. And they start you know, like,
Explosions.
yeah.
Valid.
I liked it.
Dude, I could if I was in there, I really wanted to use speak with animals on them. See if they would come with us to the caves,
Oh yeah.
to the place with us. I was like, I don't think that would have happened.
Attack!
But I really wanted to.
I got some delicious food for you. Nice, warm, and live.
Can I tame one of them and ride them into battle?
Call back to
I
let's
have
see,
animal
Winter Cars
handling.
turns into a spider and Thorin rides him.
It was more a wolf than anything, but I
Classic.
think we did it
Well, you
once.
did a spider
once or
once.
twice as the spider
Guys,
riding
nobody
it.
knows
yeah,
what
I
you're
hated it,
talking about.
Yeah, campaign 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought that was really cool, and I think it's a good image to think that they could have been our friends. Okay,
Spiders are friends,
not food.
dead creatures.
Gosh.
Not pets.
Squishles.
Here we go.
So Fenrir, how would you have reacted if you had rolled so that you were scared of the spiders?
Ooh.
Yeah, so at that point, I probably would have.
He would have used Shatter faster.
Would you have crab walk away?
No, I think at that point when the dice was when I was thinking about rolling the dice, it was like if I'm afraid of them, he's gonna run out of there. And
Big
just-
old nope.
Yep, exactly. It was a big old no way, not doing that. And
That would have changed everything.
hey, that guy's dead, and would have just walked out. Like there's
Yeah.
And like, what the crap? David, Vorath's daughter?
I'm
No,
so
not
excited
yet.
about that.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Go back.
I'm going.
Fine.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean I guess you could though, because we found out. I'm so sorry. We're moving on. We're moving on. I'm the teacher, and we're moving on. Okay.
Teacher, I have to go potty. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Passes out right now. You can't go.
Teacher, what's 2 + 2?
So,
6.
DM Dave,
Yes.
what would you have done if we didn't kill the spiders?
They would have.
Killed you.
No, they would have eaten. What did I name her?
Emery.
Emery.
What was her name?
Emery is only a memory,
They would have eaten her,
and that would have been it.
and that would have been it.
We should have done that.
Like, that would have been. I was a little nervous about it because I was trying to drop hints of she's running away. You guys are close. She's in striking distance of Roscoe. He's injured. She runs away. Mm-hmm. But you guys kept going, and I was like, which I kind of expected you guys to continue going. It was just the little hints of she's obviously not engaging, which is strange from everything that you guys have heard.
Yeah.
So that's why I played it that way. Because it is different. There's a specific reason why she's able to do what she does.
Yeah.
But that's a
What is it?
future. That's a future thing.
Aw.
That would have never crossed my mind.
Is she still gonna be my friend?
If she stays the way she is, yeah.
She better stay the way she is, David.
She
I want to make a friend.
So
He
then,
has Swindell over here.
You've
Wendell,
got a
we got
friend
Willow.
in me.
We go. Yeah, you're pretty much the only one that doesn't have a friend.
Yeah.
Because Fenrir has the wizard,
Kendall.
Kendall. Roscoe has Swindle.
Swindle.
And Andrew Cars, you could kind of say too.
Willow.
I got
Boudreaux
more
has
friends than
Willow.
you.
Boudreaux
Henry.
has everybody. Don't joke.
Willow,
And
Stumpy,
Donkey.
Donkey.
Well, you have your horse if you want to count that too.
Ferdinand is family. She's not a friend.
And then Henley's got Yo Links.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much, yeah.
And I can't talk to Ferdinand.
No, she has that one
Boudreaux can.
guy that was like,
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
you have your dad.
She has her dad, but that's not. We were talking about.
yeah, the one who set up the
Oh, what
Again,
was his name?
the thing.
Family.
Yeah,
Brighton.
Fiss.
Yeah, Brighton.
Brighton.
Right.
Brighton.
He's more like a
Boyfriend?
That was weird, remember? No, he's more like a professional acquaintance.
What? Okay.
Uh,
What is
I have a second.
Garotha's definition of friend?
Yeah, let's explain.
She doesn't have friends, that's the thing.
Define friend.
She doesn't even think Lila's
Go.
a friend. No, literally. Like, she doesn't. So she's such an outcast and was treated so poorly by both parents' social circles, I guess, or, the people that she associated with her entire life, that she's always skeptical of everybody. She's skeptical of even Lila, and they can't keep secrets from each other. Yeah. In case y'all want to know, there's a deep dive. That's why they always argue.
So then, what would have happened? Because Roscoe wanted to kill her to save her either way. For save her from the pain. So what would have happened if he hit her and let's say she died and then left? Would the spiders have come after us next?
I don't think so. I think they would have taken care of what they had, because I think it would have kind of lasted them quite a while.
So even sleeping through the night, nothing.
I don't really. I
That's
didn't
a lot
see
of
them.
spiders.
It was a lot of spiders, but I don't really see them going after you guys.
Okay. Well, that's good to know, guys. We didn't have to. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm just
Could have
kidding.
left it. Then fine.
Okay, Abby, you had a question about
Getting back
Forrest
Yeah,
is
Vorax.
Emery's dad?
to that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was like a, oh my gosh.
That's why he was helping Willow.
Yeah, that was like, so cool. And unfortunate, because now he's
That poor
a
unfortunate soul.
werebeast. And he doesn't even know his wife is dead.
No.
Oh, that is very sad. Anyway, so episode 52.
Yeah.
No. So, okay.
It's just a were creature.
In episode 52.
Okay.
Elsie's heartless.
No. What were all the thoughts when the were creature / child cries for peace and waves a white flag? Help
Like,
me.
don't hurt me. Don't
Yeah.
hurt me.
Well, Henley immediately was like, stop. Like, don't hurt them. They can talk, because whenever Henley assumed they couldn't talk anymore because they were no longer there. They were,
Animalistic.
yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of shocking. I'll give you that.
It also helped that they were young.
It was interesting to see, going back a little bit about Roscoe and Fenrir just wanting to put its misery out, right? Let's just kill the thing, put it out, even when it was a defenseless creature.
Yeah.
So that kind of surprised me a little bit
But
about that.
But I mean, so Roscoe's not a heartless person.
No, you're not.
he is a full-on, full of heart person. He was trying to
and
put
so-
it out of the misery.
Yeah, so that decision, I mean, at that point in time, Roscoe was going off of the facts in front of him.
Right.
Very clearly a were creature. Great, it turned for some weird reason back into a person, but it's going to inevitably turn back and lose control, and nobody should have to live with that.
Yeah.
So that's more, it's like,
Came from a mercy.
yeah.
I just didn't.
Well, and the spiders were converging and stuff like that. And he specifically
but
said,
even-
he's like,
Yeah.
Even
I
even
love
after
you.
the spiders, though, Fenrir and I were down there and we were kind of looking at each other, and my blade was heated and ready to just go whack. But obviously I listened to my team. But
yeah,
he's
it
just
The
like-
two
it was-
females yelling at you.
regardless of what he was going to do, it wasn't ever an easy decision for him.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the inner turmoil of Roscoe was like all over the place, and he's just sitting there. Just, what do I do? Do I make myself out to be a bad guy and do what I think in the end might be better for the team to keep us safe, or
keep a lot of people
keep
safe.
a lot of
Yeah,
people safe,
that's
and put this poor person out of their misery, because I'm sure they don't enjoy turning back and forth knowing what they've been doing. So at that point in time, not knowing that, the person was, sentient and everything and could, live on its own accord, was what his thinking was.
I know my recap was really mean, but it was just meant to be funny.
I'm pretty used to being mean towards Roscoe these days. So
Oh, no, I
Like the one thing that just surprised me, because I didn't think of that scenario of like you guys going out. Like I figured it would go down there and like, oh no, here's the spiders, and now it looks like a young dragonborn. I figured you guys would just be like, no, we got to save it now. It never crossed my mind. Just like,
My first thought was, oh, the spiders are going to take care of our problem. Let's go.
That's what I was thinking.
That was never my thought. It was always like, oh, great. Well, it's obviously a dragonborn now. But I wasn't there to voice that. I was like, I hope if somebody really like helps rather than hinders, because I can't do anything about it because of the other person stuck in
But
the head.
I mean, again, that's where Roscoe was thinking about that whole thing, even there on the ledge and looking at it. He's like, he wanted to go and help, but he didn't know, it was a far enough distance. He didn't know if he'd be able to get down there in time. He didn't know what would happen.
Didn't want to put your team where it is.
Didn't want to put the team more at risk by throwing us all into, half of us, because there's only half of us there, into a pit full of spiders
And you
to
already-
save somebody that could at any moment turn back into a were creature and
and your health was low.
eat my face off while I'm trying to kill a spider. So the decision that Roscoe made was a very, 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 very difficult decision, but it was a decision that needed to be made at that moment without a whole lot of conversation, and he was trying to solve all the problems as quickly as possible without endangering anybody else.
See, and it's so weird to me with you guys thinking this, because me and Lila, this happens in the 53. But when we have that conversation, like Boudreaux has only seen it so far as like if you got bitten, you got rabies. Like there's no going back, and that's just how it is. Like, sorry, like you're gonna hurt someone else in this state. So it's really interesting. how
Well,
you
and
guys
I
are thinking
think
about it.
that part of the reason why both Lila and Grotha had the reaction that they did is because Grotha is the outcast. Grotha has never been trusted, even as a small child. Like, she's always been lesser than or the one that's been looked down on. So she understands that fear. She understands that need to be accepted or somebody to advocate for you. Which is, and then getting in there and, Lila's having that conversation and stuff like that where nobody else did, kind of cemented that, no, there's a person here. So, and then they were both able to draw that parallel between this child who had something done to them outside of their will towards themselves. So, that's where that argument came from.
No, it was good. Yeah. Because Boudreaux just usually is like, well, kind of like Roscoe, like, I need to protect what's going on. And he doesn't have enough information to say that she's safe. Like, that was simply it. So.
No, and that makes sense. And, like, for us, it was like everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody deserves to prove that they deserve to be here. Or to not, I guess they deserve to not be here before they're just assumed that they shouldn't be.
One of my fears about bringing Emery in here was that you guys were going to drag her along.
Oh, really?
I was definitely thinking about it.
I was
that
like,
was one of my
no,
worries.
we don't need a child in this.
I thought about it.
We already have a Boudreaux.
Well, my thing was like, we wouldn't bring Joanna. Why would I bring a child?
Well, at first I thought of like, oh, well, we could use her. She could turn into a were creature. It would be like Skyrim. We'd be so cool. But then I thought about it, and I thought about some sort of a owlbear situation we had, and I was like, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
That was one of my things, and it's just like if you guys would have made a good persuasive argument, how could I not let her go with you guys?
Also, she has some mega HP. To be able to withstand shatter and Roscoe's exploding arrow.
But werebears have a lot. They do.
I'm just saying that was a lot of HP.
When they only get
Well, and my bursting arrow was minimum damage. Like that was
Dang.
they have a lot of HP, and as you guys have already been told and everything, they're immune to normal damage. I just flavor it up that they still get hurt, but then you see them get healed instead of having like iron skin and be like, oh no, I can't hit.
Which is so cool.
But they just mega heal. So it's as if nothing happened.
So the shatter would have probably affected her more than
Correct.
the other stuff did, though.
And the force damage too. The piercing arrow, nothing. But the force damage and the shatter, yeah, that definitely did some damage. But her falling down the rubble hurt because it all hurts.
Yeah.
But she was able to heal from it pretty quick.
I also see that as like a hurt as like because she is a kid. I don't know. Granted, I don't know how old she is, but like I just imagine like one of my kids when they're like kind of hurt, but they're just playing it up more, almost like "Ow, this hurts." No, this doesn't really hurt as much as I think it does. I'm just panicking at the moment.
Yeah.
Right. The initial shock of the
Yeah.
hurt, and then you're just like, oh, okay, that wasn't that bad. But it sure hurt at the beginning.
When you rolled for her, was there a chance she wasn't going to run? Or what was that?
The roll,
If you can tell us. Huh?
I'm trying to remember what roll it was.
There was multiple times, I feel like.
I think there was the one roll that I remember specifically is the one where Fenrir and Roscoe were going to get ready to do the killing blow.
Yeah, okay.
That she woke up and she tried to run away. Now she rolled a natural one, trying to get away,
Yeah.
and so she just stumbled and got tangled up in the webs. So she kind of restrained herself. That if Roscoe and Fenrir really wanted to just put her out of her misery, I probably would have just let it happen. Because to have them just sit there and stab her like however long it would take,
That's not family friendly.
that's not family friendly nor necessarily realistic, right?
Yeah.
It's just like
Because she was just prone.
she was prone, you could aim for the heart, done.
It
you
did.
know?
Yeah.
And that was a very high possibility, which would have made me sad because then I wouldn't be able to share the backstory of her. So that was one of my fears too when you guys started to be like, oh, let's kill it. I was
that.
like,
So that's actually what my plan was. Was with the glaive is to just go straight for the heart, but I didn't.
Yeah.
and we all thank you. 'Cause I'm like, that just gets rid of like this extra little story thread that I'm weaving into the were creatures.
No,
of,
it
like,
was
all the other were creatures that we ran into are super vicious. Why this one's not? Which I
Yeah.
have an answer for that, but we'll get to
I'm
that
so excited for that
later.
answer. I want to know.
It's all part of the plan.
I want to know.
Can I just echo Evan's statement about everything he said about me and him, using lethal force,
Yeah.
just in the moment it was like, and thinking back on like the reasoning, it's like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have, but it's like, it's going to affect, it's not just affecting us, it's going to affect other people. Like, yes, it's not changing now, but what's it going to do in the future? Like,
Yeah.
And that's the
So-
kind of situations that I like putting in front of you guys. Is are
He
you willing
likes
to
watching us squirm.
watching you guys squirm? Where do your moralities lie? In my deep dives, I talk about the positions I put you guys in and stuff, and be like, where do I put this in front of so and so because I wanted to see where their morals lie. Are they willing to do a little dirty work, or are they strictly going to stay good? Take the high road. And this one turned out that way. I didn't expect it to turn out that way, but it was an interesting thing to, if push come to shove and something needed to happen to, like you said, protect everybody.
Yeah.
With the information that you had, this thing needed to die or it's going to spread. You guys are willing to make that call. You didn't know what the outcome was. You could have killed her. You were justified in your reaction.
We're innocent.
The end. You guys never would have known otherwise. And so it shows me as the DM where you're willing to stop and go.
Draw the line.
Yeah. So it's good for me to see that as characters. Where's the line? Who's willing to step up and like Lila and Henley to say no? Because when, possibly a situation like this will happen, and it could be the other way, of like, you didn't kill it, but now one of you's infected.
Yeah.
Where is it?
That brings up a good point though, because like Abby said earlier, it was like the two girls, the two females in the group that were like, no, and everybody else was like, yeah, let's do this. And then, do you think that it was more because of like that almost like maternal instinct taking over for a character, or do you think it was just because of like, what was Hanley's rationale behind it other than just the, please help me?
Well, I think
What was
because
the
she
emotional part of it?
understood, like,
Because
she could understand that she spoke Draconic, and then she said, "Please don't kill me," and like, it didn't make sense to kill her because she could speak. I think that sentience and that Henley had observed that she just only ever ran away.
Well, and Henley's seen were creatures before.
And she knows that they are mindless, ferocious monsters that just attack, and kill and kill and kill.
Rabies.
Where
Werbies.
this creature fell off a ledge, broke its leg, and then limped away and then healed, and then we just chased after it. It never once lifted a paw against us. So I think that had a hand in it too. And because I'm a mom, I think the kid, the child definitely helped.
ask
I don't know if that like led into it or not, because the rationale behind why my characters did what they did is 100% completely there. But the drive for Becky was like, it's a kid.
Don't hurt it.
Yeah, don't use that against me later, David.
No, and
I just need to write something down. Real fast.
You got enough ammo. Stop.
no, and if Boudreaux was there too, I was like, especially because he can drink Draconic. Yeah, I think he also would have, but because of the way it happened, yeah.
Yeah. Have we gone over previously why you have a fear or you don't like being in enclosed spaces or maybe underground?
I don't know. I think so. I feel like we did it in a post show or something.
I don't know
I
if we
don't
did
think
it in
we
a
touched
post
it.
show.
Because the only time we've been underground in a situation like this is when you went after Henley.
And yeah,
But
I think
we
we've
might have
talked about
talked
it,
it
but I
in the
don't know.
last post show because we
I-
ended here being scared.
I don't know if we touched anything on it,
I
but
don't
think
think we
so.
used it.
that's kind of a.
Well, all
We
right.
may
We'll wait-
have,
we'll
but
wait.
that wasn't
Unless
good.
you-
So here's for the next question.
I guess we're gonna save that for later to explain.
perfect.
How was Emmy feeling about our group because we take her with us?
Oh boy.
So because we get a lot into Joanna, but look, we have another person to ask questions
Ooh,
about
yeah.
now. So
And they're a minor.
please give us as much details as possible.
She was definitely terrified. Right? She didn't know exactly what was going on. Having that calm, mothering interaction that Lila did, hey, we're friends. Sorry for for doing what we're doing, but it definitely helped out. But she really didn't know what was going on. The last time they ran into a person, that person killed her mom,
Yeah.
and so
That
she was
kind of
very,
make you aware of anybody.
yeah. And so that's why she just ran. She's just like, if my mom couldn't handle one person, even though that person could shapeshift, there's no way I can handle 7. So she just mainly ran. I think if it may have been different if there was less people, but she knew that she could possibly get away,
Yeah.
and kind of hoping as well. It's just like, there's some scary creature in here. Let's leave. Everybody else would leave, or just not chase it. So but being entered into the group and everything was definitely very hesitant for her
Yeah.
because
And then the whole long nose, short nose.
oh goodness, she really didn't
Situation.
know what to do about that. Here
was my
I
favorite.
am. I just almost people were after me, shooting me, trying to kill me. Then I'm stuck in webs when I wake up. Somebody's standing on me with a glowing glaive. Somebody's talking to me. Then I go up there. Things are kind of calming down. Okay, they're not so mad. They're not so not evil, but they're not trying to kill me now. What the heck is this giant purple hand here? What's this dwarf's freaking out? Like she
She
had
know what a
no
dwarf
idea.
is?
I
She
think
does,
she
right?
would know what a
Yeah,
dwarf
okay.
was.
She eats them for breakfast.
You're funny.
Dwarf meal.
You definitely have to drain out a lot of the grease because they're really greasy when you cook them.
Boudreaux might not be though.
Boudreaux's the greasiest one of them all.
No,
So
no,
on
Boudreaux's
that
just
note,
full of
is
flavor.
magic then looked? Do not a lot of people know that magic exists in this world?
I would say like the common person has heard of magic, knows that people study it, but it's not really relevant in their lives.
Okay.
Kind of like they know it exists, but it's not. It's a very hard thing to come by. A lot of people, like the players, it comes natural to them. They have special abilities
right.
and stuff, but it's very far and in between
Okay.
that. Like people can go throughout their whole lives and not see a like magic.
Yeah,
So
like the magic people's like only 5% of the entire population.
So it's
In the
crazy
bigger
that we
cities.
have this much magic congested in one area.
Right. So if you're for Glendale, for people in Glendale will probably never know, hear of wizards, but they're only stories. They may know that there's some, but they're like, yeah, right. People can do that. Yeah, right. But then you go to Dengal or Avalon, there's a wizard college. There's a bard college. So seeing those kind of magic tricks and stuff, you'd see more of that. That'd be more common. Oh yeah,
they're
that
more
wizard.
higher class citizens anyway.
Because they cost a lot. There's a lot of research to go into it, and it's also one of those things to become a wizard. You have to know a wizard. You know, it's very political that way. To have a kid that lives on a pig farm to be able to become a worldwide renowned wizard is super unheard of. But if you're a son of a wizard, you're most likely going to be a wizard. You know what I'm saying? Or your uncle's a wizard, or your aunt, your grandma.
You can buy your way into it. You're golden.
Exactly. Just
Money,
to
money,
start from
money.
not knowing anybody, very highly unlikely. Not impossible, but very unlikely. Like even bards, the same way to get into Bard College. You have to know somebody or
Pay an
something.
entry fee.
Yeah, I
an
was gonna say,
entry
Zeb,
fee.
does that mean Fenrir's family's loaded? Because you went to a bar college, bro.
The
one of the-
You
best.
got all the
one of
connections.
the best Bard colleges.
When I know that, you'll know that.
I know. That's something we're still hashing out.
Yeah.
Makes a good point though.
We have fan theories.
Right.
If you don't make your character, oh, we will. Just kidding, just kidding.
That's part
We've
of what my
already
one-shot
made, like-
is.
We've
Yeah.
already made your
That's
all
right.
of your characters for all of your alter egos, so it's fine. Just keep going.
It's all his other failed Bard personas.
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, so Fenrir, once again, what were you going to do with the mage hand before Boudreaux, like attacked it? And what prank were you going to pull?
I was just gonna try to like steal something off of whoever person that she told about.
That would have been great.
Just trying to sneak up behind them and take something off their belt or something like that, and then give it to her to go give back to Lila at that point, because that's who she chose.
Dude, how would you have reacted, Lila?
Well, considering that's how I met my last party and they died, probably not positively. That's not how they died, but that's how I met my last party and they're dead.
Somebody
how it
stole
started.
something off my belt and then everybody died. And my rage doesn't know why.
It's a bad omen. No, that would have been funny though, and it could
Suddenly
have
I'm
fed
one
into
person.
something else. So, would have been interesting.
Which actually brings up a point that I have. Can I depict how big the mage hand is when I cast it?
I would say so.
So I can make it small or make it big depending on the situation.
I think so. But in order to like, I would rule it as if you wanted to lift something like 10 pounds, the hand has to be able to reach, grab it
Right.
and lift it up. It'd have to be big enough
Okay.
to pick however big it is.
Okay.
If it's a piece of lead, a 10-pound lead, it could be a smaller hand, but if you're trying to pick up a 10-pound
Block.
block,
Cinder block.
cinder block, it'd be a little bigger.
Have to be a little bit bigger.
I think it would depend on that situation.
Okay, that's good to know.
Zeb, what was your reaction? Because I wasn't really watching you for a reaction, which is weird. When I cast my minor illusion on top of your mage hand.
Wicked
Yeah.
little Bernie.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. I thought it was clever.
I was
like,
waiting for a top hat.
It was
Oh my
Up out of
gosh.
the hat.
definitely not necessarily something that he expected, but
I've been working on it, so you know.
yeah. But I mean, now he kind of knows what his mage hand looks like.
I know what it looks like.
Yeah, obviously that's a long and short nose over here.
Don't know who it's attached to
Now
or
there's a short
disattached
nose.
to.
Disattached.
David, what was your reaction to the whole bringing in a short nose?
Short nose? I didn't expect it, of course. I was just like,
We don't expect a lot of things.
because I thought Fenrir was going to come clean. Because I think I remember in a previous episode that Fenrir did kind of come clean. Boudreaux, it was me.
Oh.
But knowing Boudreaux,
probably
probably
Yeah.
plumb done forgot about it.
Cause I did. I did not remember that.
But then Fenrir, I thought he was going to confess, Oh, okay, we had our fun. Boudreaux, it was me, just relax. I was like, okay. I was getting ready to move on. So my mindset was already shifting gears to continue on the story. And then he's like, it was short nose. And I was like,
No, that's
another fantasy creature that I have to come up with.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but
No, like honestly, I was gonna come clean, and then I think Becky, you said something probably meant for underneath your breath
Oh, probably.
about
yeah.
something like something along the lines of "Don't come clean."
Don't do it.
Don't
Yeah.
do it or
Don't
something like
do it.
that.
that was
and I was
definitely
like,
said.
so so I'm like, okay, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just. And then I was like, okay, I gotta mix them up on the spot.
So that's because
Short
I
nose.
love this bit. This like when I'm re-listening to this stuff. These are my favorite parts. Like that whole crazy, everything's happening at once situations. I love it.
it's so hard for me to juggle because it's like, this happens and
But when you're listening to it, it's great. You're like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. Can you imagine like what you would do into these type of situations? You were just in a super tense situation, and now you've got to figure out a way to relax
yeah.
and get out of it. How are you going to do that? This is hilarious.
And then Roscoe adds his little dude in there.
Oh my god.
Love that.
The
That was-
trifecta of bad juju.
I was like, I feel like Boudreaux was starting to get suspicious until that happened. She was like, nope, it's real. It's definitely real.
the blue potato has spoken.
Now they're all intermingled. But why?
Well, and then you
Detective
just
Boudreaux
go
on
to
the
your
case.
you crawdad crab crawl.
Crawdads do not do that. It is a crab. I don't know if you've seen a crawdad. They're
look like a shrimp.
Yeah, they don't do that.
But
They crawl that way.
they crab crawl to your sleeping bag and just start to pray. I know it shouldn't have been hilarious, but it was
Went
hilarious.
back to the bag, and then it's like, I need my spoon. Crab crawled all the way to the spoon,
Grabs the spoon.
and then back to the bag, staring at that triangle the whole time.
You guys are horrible.
It was so hard for Lila to not be like, Boudreaux, it's going to be okay. I'm like, man, I'm so glad that Garatha is in charge right now.
Dude, yes. Speaking of speaking,
Blah, blah, blah.
Henley, you comforted Roscoe. How did Henley and Roscoe feel about Henley trying to make Roscoe feel better? Interpret. Go.
Okay. Well, Hadley was just trying to comfort him because he comforted or attempted to comfort Henley. in the bedroom, and it did make her feel better. So she was just trying to be a good friend, like Roscoe. Like, that none of us were, well, at least Henley wasn't mad at him, like, just trying to stop the situation. She was just trying to repay a good deed.
Well, and Lila got involved with that too, which I thought was very interesting to have the two people that Roscoe has helped in the past to kind of feel better about themselves, some kind of comfort, or at least some kind of support, that they were both there to help him as well.
Also, really quick, change the subject before we go to Roscoe's feelings there. So, Boudreaux is afraid of Longnose, a blue potato, caves, and you hate Rosemary.
Yep.
And
And now
It's
short
just
nose
so
now.
random. I love it.
huh?
We know so many things about Boudreaux.
Rosemary works against Longnose. It helps protect you against Longnose.
He just doesn't like it.
He just doesn't like it.
He still carries it around with him.
Yeah.
So- Protect
And
against
also, I
longnose.
have to say, Elsie hates Rosemary.
That's why Boudreaux does. It's easy to remember that way. Make your character your character.
Okay. But how is Roscoe feeling about his two comrades trying to comfort him?
I mean, it was nice to know that they cared and stuff, and that it maybe showed a little bit more of their relationship as more than just party members, but friends and stuff. So it was nice to know that the door swings both ways in that sort of scenario.
Saloon doors. That
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense.
Well, and we didn't say it while we were recording, but I told Abby that I was really happy that she'd said something, because if she hadn't said something, I was going to say something anyways. So it was nice to have that, like you said, from the both sides.
Well, and going to go back a little bit. I really like how the minds of the players are now, thinking alike. Henley thought about comforting Roscoe. Lila was on the same page. Let's comfort Roscoe. But also going back to that were creature, Fenrir was like, "Yeah, let's kill the thing," and Roscoe was right there too. Yeah, let's put it out as misery. There's
Boys versus girls.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But it's fun to see that the players' minds and stuff, they're starting to think alike. They're starting to get on the same page without talking or discussing, hey, why don't we work and help Roscoe, or why don't there's none of that open discussion talking. Things are just working now.
That's because we've done this for 2 years.
Yeah. It's that cohesiveness, which I really enjoy, that it just happens. Things are working. People are on the same page without much discussion. I'm really enjoying that as a DM
Yeah.
because it helps me create the story too.
Yeah. How was the daughter Emery feeling during Boudreaux telling Lila about the dad / when we told her?
Right?
That was so awkward.
And when we get there, Lila, how did you feel when it was told?
She was super worried because, like I said, her dad hasn't come visit her for a while. She was all alone. She didn't dare leave the cave because it's like, this is where he found us last. I don't want to miss him.
Like if you're lost, stay put.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she's just been doing some little hunting around, then finding out the dad, then later on after the discussion. So she was super worried about the conversation because she knew you knew something, but you weren't telling her.
Yeah.
So her mind went to the worst situation.
case
He's
scenario.
dead.
Makes sense,
He's dead. That's why he's being so not telling me.
yeah. Yeah.
But then when Lila came over and said, hey, this,
It was Garotha.
yeah, Garotha, thank you. Garotha said, hey, this is what's happening with your dad. And she's just like, well, it worked for me. I got to go do the same thing for him. She was all gung-ho, ready to go. And even if you guys would have convinced her to stay, like Fenrir mentions later, she'd have gone anyways. But it probably would have been more dangerous for her because she would have just been wandering.
You may not be able to tell us, but what was the thing following us?
I don't think you can tell us.
Nope, I can't tell you.
Dang it.
Did it have a green eye?
No, it did not.
It's a one-eyed, one-horn.
Flying purple people eater.
Good thing I'm not purple. But you know, some dragon
Somebody has a
borns
purple
are.
Strange
hand.
to me.
What? What just
Dead.
You sure look strange to him. That's what
Oh, and Oscar being rotten, and then Slicky Ricky. Ooh, Ricardo.
Oscar was the guy we captured at the very
We
first, right?
saved.
Yeah.
And we're like,
Okay.
saved
So,
him.
but hold on, we don't actually know what side he's playing on right now. Just because he's back
You're
there.
being so hopeful.
Well, no, okay, but okay.
We told him to go home.
they
No,
didn't
but-
let him yet.
yeah, Belrin also said it'd be nice to have an inside informant on it.
Yeah, but I don't think.
Because they came back in. Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Uh-huh.
But didn't you say in like last recording session, when we were getting the scoop on the Hollow, that it was shortly after that we left, that all the bandits came in, and when they came in, they scooped up Oscar.
Yes, they did.
So
set
for
him
all we know, Oscar's just trying to stay alive at this point.
I mean, yeah.
That's fair.
But he's
free.
still
He was going to give you all the information you needed
Right.
just to
And so
survive.
now suddenly he's being scooped up by these guys. He's like, I got to play cool. I got to play cool or they're going to kill me. You know, whereas, Slicky Ricky is just a two-timing bit
Wait, a two-timing what?
tool.
Oh.
Bit.
Oh, that's a good word. I like that word.
Yeah.
Who would always scam peach meat off of you, bro?
No more peach mead for him. Actually, you know what?
Cut off.
We are going to give him some peach mead, and Boudreaux's going to put the final taste into it.
Oh, I like that wink. I got you.
Poison.
If you didn't know.
If you didn't catch that.
No,
It's
that,
Ricky's
Those
poison.
nutty hits, yeah, those were poisonous mushrooms.
that was a really fun thing to throw in there, to have Roscoe be in there. And then, of course, doing a little... I was hoping somebody would be, instead of going in guns a-blazing, I was hoping somebody would be able to sneak close enough to listen to a conversation or two.
I know, it was my first successful sneak without
I'm
having
also super
issues.
glad that Henley did not go in the cave.
Yeah.
It was so funny when Henley's like, I wonder if I should. I'm thinking, and just all four of your guys' heads went, no. Just, I wish I'd have got, there was almost simultaneously. Like everybody was like, listen to her, and they all shook their head at the same time. No.
'Cause I think most of us expected when she went down there for if that opportunity opened up for her to do it.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely, and she'd be dead.
Well, especially when the guards went in without more guards coming out. They're like, we're bored. We don't want to stand here anymore. Let's go inside and go find our next.
Yeah, and I was, Roscoe or Evan was kind of hoping. I guess Roscoe wouldn't know yet that at that point Henley came back because then possibly we could have gotten down outside the cave fast enough to surprise the next two guards as they came out. That was my master plan
That would have been an interesting plan.
because they would have provoked an opportunity attack from Roscoe, and then he could have hit him, and then hit him again, and then hit him again.
Oh, we still have time, right?
I
No,
mean, they're
maybe not.
outside the cave now.
Oh, yeah.
The idea of you guys like going in that night, like it's like, we got the information, let's go in. I thought that was took me by surprise. I was just like, okay. we're
Did you
going
expect
in
us
at
to
night.
sleep on it?
I expected you guys to maybe wait in the morning.
Yeah, I thought so
Well-
too, because we haven't rested.
You guys are pretty tired. Just hiked all
See.
day.
Roscoe's got a plan, so it's okay.
Okay.
Where are we going to sleep in the cave?
I don't know, but I wasn't thinking inside the cave.
Behind the metal door.
If we can find it.
There's some people here
dress
that
up like
may
guards.
know what it is.
I said my piece in the podcast as to why we should do it at night, and it was very convincing, obviously, so you're welcome.
I know. When I said it, Becky was kind of like giving me a look, and I was like,
That's because I'm so easy to read anymore, David. How to work on it.
Yep. Okay. That's all I had.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna end. Class is gonna be done in like 5 minutes. I'll let you go early. See, I'm a good teacher. You all don't pass except for Fenrir. Yeah,
I think it's a little
Teacher's
biased.
pet.
yeah. But so to close out,
Thanks for supporting us on Ko-Fi.
Yay!
Oh,
We really
yeah.
appreciate it.
we love you.
It makes this stuff easier to do when we get paid for it.
I mean, he's
Just
not
being honest.
wrong, but like,
Stab, stab.
Stab, stab. No, we really do because it helps us do future things like this. Like it helps us
Go to conventions.
go to conventions. It helps
pay
us
for
maintain our
equipment.
equipment. Uh-huh.
Because I might need a new mic arm.
Well, and just we've had to record it, replace a couple cords, so that helps us keep moving, keep functioning. So we really appreciate the support that you guys have given us.
all right. To my nose,
Becky.
to my left ear,
Evan.
to my shoulder,
Abby.
and to my eyebrow,
Zeb.
to my left eyebrow.
Dave.
And I'm Elsie. I was your host.
Goodbye.
Bye.